made sure they remembered that moment. This is a team that has several returning players from that team that came down here in 2022 and took that embarrassing loss that turned a lot of things around for the culture of the program. They remember it clearly, but you have one more quarter of action, and the adjustments will be made for both of these squads.
Norfolk State switched to a zone about midway through the third, created some havoc for the Alabama offense, and now we'll see what happens here in the final 10 minutes at Coleman Coliseum. Glad you're here. Gray Robertson, Richard Hendricks watching a good one. There's another block by Sarah Ashley Barker. That's a new career high.
Alabama trying to run. Great job in defensive transition for Norfolk State and getting back into the zone.
And a steal by the Spartans.
As we touched a little bit on, look for Diamond Johnson to try to assert herself in the fourth. In that Missouri game, she really took over, big shots in the clutch.
Oh, how about that backdoor cut from Diamond Johnson?
There he is, Johnny on the spot right there. Great recognition in the dime. She's 3 for 12 shooting until that one, and that's what she needed to get herself going. A lot of times for scores, you just need to see one easy one, find the bottom of the cup, and that's the rhythm you'll need.
Green on Wheeler. Couldn't get it off the glass. Here comes Diamond Johnson. She's played all over the power conferences, played with NC State, played with Rutgers. Now the preseason player of the year in the MEAC with Norfolk State in her second year in the program. Wheeler has been impressive too, but couldn't get the finish. And a lot of contact and a foul on the Spartans.
And I like the look there for Norfolk State, giving a touch into Wheeler. Great move on the baseline, but the defense on the other end, Sarah Ashley Barker with a career-high block in this game. Beautiful extension for Barker on that one. 4 rejections in this one.
To go along with 19 points and 8 rebounds, so Barker has really led the way. Next highest score for the Tide is Nye with 9 points. Speaking of, here is Aaliyah Nye. Green's looking down low. Instead, high post feed to Weathers. Kick to Barker now. Corner 3 won't go. Cody fought for it and got it, but the putback is off.
Not a bad look for Alabama. So many positive things on that possession, just not able to come up with the putback for Cody.
6-point game here in Tuscaloosa. Diamond Johnson downhill. 10 on the shot clock for Johnson. She'll attack. Shot up. Shot is good. And she's fouled. That was a heck of a play from Diamond Johnson.
The dynamic Diamond Johnson turns it on in the fourth quarter once again. Beautiful move as she goes with the crossover to get to the baseline, takes the bump, the hoop, and the harm, going to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play to make this thing a 3-point ball game.
And the lightning quick move. It looked like she was coming back out to try and reset, but attacked with the left hand. And now it's a one-possession game with 7:51 left.
And she's found the rhythm. And that type of offense will give them a little bit of juice. They're sitting back in this zone. Alabama's got to do a much better job of screening in the zone, cutting, and making good, spirited plays.
That is a giveaway. Weathers, right idea, but it goes to Clark. Norfolk State can tie this game with a 3.
Alabama has to extend the defensive pressure.
Wheeler looking for Johnson. Again, Diamond Johnson, there she goes again.
Going to work. Diamond Johnson in the fourth quarter, saving her best performance for the last, and Christy Curry has elected to call a timeout. A 1-point game here in Tuscaloosa. The Norfolk State Spartans on a major run.
Alabama led by 17 at the half. But that deficit is down to a single point. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got a heck of a finish coming up. Well, a young Spartan in the crowd trying to see some history. Last time out, Norfolk State got their first win ever against an SEC team at Missouri, and now just down 1 at number 22, Alabama, with 7:10 left here in the game. And Diamond Johnson, a big reason why the Spartans have clawed back. You mentioned, Richard, she's going to shine in the fourth quarter. She's got all 7 Norfolk State points here in the fourth quarter.
Late to the party, but she has shown up now in a big way with quick plays, being able to be the energy that they need, and also heading the top of this zone that's causing fits to Alabama.
So what adjustment? We've talked about this zone a few times now, as Cody has it on the block and is in trouble again. Basketball loose. Out to Collins. 3 from deep is off, and there's Richardson on the glass, and that was not the possession I think Christy Curry was hoping for.
And another shoe is off. The 3rd shoe in this game. I've never seen so many shoes come off in the middle. To DeCarly Weathers with an equipment failure.
Wheeler thought about the open 3. Now she'll drive on Cody herself. It was blocked initially. Wheeler stuck with it and is tipped out to Weathers.
How long is Carly Weathers going to play with 1 shoe?
Nye from deep. That was big time from Aaliyah Nye.
That was huge. And it was right when they needed it the most. As we mentioned, Aaliyah Nye has been struggling with her outside shot today. 3 for 10, but she hit it when she needed it the most. This is something that Alabama's going to have to use from defensive energy to get a big stop.
Yeah, right as Weathers got her shoe back, Nye got her shot back, and now a foul is called on Barker, which will be number 2.
A little too aggressive there by Sarah Ashley Barker, but the best shooter on the team, Aaliyah Nye, gets a peek. Been missing all game long, but that's the one she needs with the beautiful technique and rotation on the ball. Finds the bottom. Baseline out of bounds opportunity. Expect for a quality set here from Norfolk State.
Guess who got the basketball? It's Johnson. Off balance floater, no. And Weathers gets the rebound. Zay Green did not have numbers. Kick, Barker, no. Nice give to Cody, and Cody gets the roll.
Essence Cody is going to be critical down the clutch of this game. Struggled to really make a lot of these easy buddies on the post, but if they're in zone, she's going to have to be a factor in the post-up game. And if not scoring, it's commanding the double team and kicking it out for the 3s on the outside. She's going to have to really raise her level of play in the last 5 minutes to go in this one.
Feels like an important possession for Norfolk State. Trying to stop a little growing Alabama momentum. Richardson, right side 3, could not get it.
And that's a close miss there by Anjanae Richardson.
Green kick to Nye. That shot was tipped.
Utilize the shot fake. They're going to run you off the line. A prolific 3-point shooter. Utilize it.
And now a timeout called by Larry Vickers and the Spartans. As you see Norfolk State meeting in the huddle while Coach Vickers gives his team a moment to chat amongst themselves.
Yeah, there's a lot of adjustments that have to be made, but that was a big possession right there for Alabama. As you mentioned, they needed a surge. They were able to get it. Some big shots. Essen Cody able to get some things going. But I'm here to look at the adjustments that Larry Vickers is going to make in this timeout. 6 minutes to go. They can sense that they have an opportunity to try to get another steal. But it's going to have to be execution in the half-court set for both teams. Offensively for Alabama, as well as defensively. But in the critical possession on the side out of bounds here, what can you draw up to get a clean look in this particular set?
Norfolk State cut this to a 1-point game, but then Aaliyah Nye knocked down a crucial 3. And you talked about it, Richard. It's been a tough shooting night for her, but that was massive.
Huge. All right, side out of bounds. Got the nice spacing. Look for the pin down for Diamond Johnson to get this ball.
She's got it now. Over to Richardson. Shot clock ticking. Here's Wheeler against Cody. Wheeler going to work, but the finish wasn't there.
Man, that was a beautiful move.
Johnson attacking after the offensive board. Fields, shot fake 3 is short. Rebound knocked out to Green. Norfolk State has had some open shots, and now Green drives and is fouled.
Great decision right there by Zay Green. She is an end-to-end, coast-to-coast player. There has been several times this game, because of the flow of the game, she has not elected to continue to push it. But you have Norfolk State on their heels. Push it, get downhill, use your shiftiness and ability to finish at the cup to put the pressure on the defense to try to gain the advantage.
First free throw of the game for Zay Green. And she makes the first. Alabama now 6 of 10 as a team. That's the first free throw of this half for Alabama.
Well, when you play aggressive, then you can get fouled. That was the perfect moment for Zay Green to attack the basket. They had the numbers in their advantage.
There's Barker on the glass again, and a foul called. We'll see who it's on. It's either Wheeler or Johnson, and it is indeed Diamond Johnson, her third.
Alabama's really good in these baseline out of bounds situations to get a clean look.
Green was trying to get it to Cody, but nothing there. Now Green comes to get it in the corner. Long pass to Nye, and luckily not turned over. Still a chance for the Tide to score on this possession. Cody on the glass. Look at Essence Cody. There's Barker, and a whistle before the Barker shot as Cody goes to the line.
Essence Cody answering the bell. Going to have to be very strong in the last moments of these games. Finishing on the defensive end with rebounds, offensive rebound putbacks, and of course free throw shooting. As the game gets longer, you have to be able to make sure that you can establish your physicality. It's just like a football game. You have the lead late in the fourth. Can you run the ball and have a long drive to wear the defense out to salt the game away? This is the point that Essence Cody has to rise to the occasion.
And Cody has one more free throw. She makes that. It's an 8-point game. To your point, though, this was something Christy Curry brought up on our coach call. Free throw shooting has been an issue for Alabama. Right now sitting at last in the conference in free throw shooting percentage.
Just something that is definitely concerning considering the abilities of shooters that they have. Early in the season, a lot of time to get that shored up.
Johnson, long three, no. And all of a sudden, Norfolk State has gone cold. No points in the last 3 minutes plus.
Work the ball around the perimeter, force them to slide their feet.
Barker against Diawara. Nice feed. Cody, too strong.
Good shape up in the middle, just not able to finish. That's one you gotta make if you're Cody.
Fields. Wheeler, spot three. That was massive for the Spartans. It's a 5-point game.
And you see why Wheeler is the conference player of the year. A soft touch from outside to inside play. Kiera Wheeler with a big-time three, knocking it down at the top of the key, making this a 5-point ball game, and from deep range.
Boy, how about Wheeler? Her career high entering this game, three-pointers made, was 4 times, but today she's been on fire from deep, 3 of 4.
Well, they've been on this road trip, in Norfolk State has spent a little extended time here in Tuscaloosa, multiple practices in this gym. Might have got an opportunity to get comfortable while they were here, and Kiera Wheeler obviously has a comfortable touch from outside. It started early on in this game, and she's still knocking it down from late and keeping her team within striking distance.
All right, so what do you think Coach Vickers drew up during that timeout?
Well, they're going to have to continue how to rebound out of the zone. When you go into the zone, it's hard to match up with bodies on the box out. Alabama has got multiple offensive rebounds. They're going to have to do a better job of finding the body when the shot goes up and finishing the possession with rebounds and not let Alabama get a second crack at it.
It was last touch by Richardson. 3 minutes left. Alabama up by 5. The Tide is led by as many as 17. That was at halftime. Just 2 years ago, Alabama beat this Norfolk State team by 62 in this building. Green all the way. That is a phenomenal take.
That was a tough move. The much taller Green putting it on the deck against a smaller defender, the ball handling and finish. Wow.
11 points for Green. See where the Spartans go. Johnson thought about it. And a foul called on Nye.
Zay Green really getting in her bag. Outstanding ball handling. Crossover behind the back. Beautiful. Off the glass. That is a tough basket.
Now the Tide looking for a stop. Wheeler got Weathers in the air. Now kick to an open Fields. She got it. 4-point game.
Nia Fields with her 4th three-pointer in this game. None bigger than that to keep this a 4-point game.
4th in the second half for the graduate student from New York, Nia Fields. Now Alabama looking for an answer. Under 2 minutes left. Green in trouble. Looking for Cody Essence. Cody got the friendly rolls.
And that's a huge basket, all made by the positioning that Cody did on the baseline with that post up. Great soft hands, catching it high, keeping it high, and good for her with the finish.
Where do the Spartans go? 1:35 left. Looking for Diawara, who was trying to feed it to Johnson, but Johnson had moved.
Ball going to the baseline. Johnson has to make sure to drift down to the corner to be in the bailout spot. Previous possession, Nia Fields knocking down the 3.
Oh, Cody going to work when it matters most.
Absolutely. Essence Cody have to bring it in the clutch. 14 points, none bigger than that. Essence Cody going to work.
14 points, 11 in the second half for the sophomore Cody. Norfolk State needs a bucket. Wheeler couldn't get it. Rebound Essence Cody.
I'd like to see Wheeler continue to drive. The long length of this game, the fatigue starting to set in. Settling for the 3.
Shot clock at 8. Well under a minute now. Green to Nye from the corner, and that will be the dagger from Aaliyah Nye.
Big shot, creativity coming off the screen roll action. Zay Green finding a wide open Aaliyah Nye. The surge that Alabama needed, a 7-0 run over the last few possessions, has seemed to put this game out of reach. An 11-point lead for Alabama. Zay Green getting a piece of the paint, cutting Barker, wide open Aaliyah Nye. Look at that rotation. Bottoms.
And you can see the bench thrilled about it. Again, Aaliyah Nye, 4 of 12 from beyond the arc in this game. But the 2 that she has made, especially in this 4th quarter, have been perfectly timed. And now Alabama just 31.9 away from starting the year 4-0. Although a very scrappy Norfolk State squad on the other side. As you take a look at what the starters have done, Christy Curry did say she wanted a little bit more out of the bench in this game, and so far it's been all starters for Alabama.
Yeah, this is a game where the starters have been able to get it done. You would like to see a little bit more bench production as you need to grow your roster moving forward in the season. But at the same time, you're going to have some games like this against tough opponents where you're going to have to will it out with your main players on the court. At the same time, this Norfolk State team is for real, as we see, obviously, going on the road at Missouri, getting it done, giving Alabama everything they want here on the road. It's a team that has the vision of a three-peat in the MEAC. They're a strong team, they're well-coached, they're balanced, they're deep. I anticipate them being in the NCAA tournament at the end of the year.
Yeah, this has been a really impressive showing by the Spartans. Really showing how different the program is from just 2 years ago, the last time they played Alabama. Fields, nice attack, that's off the glass and good.
Nia Fields, brilliant player, so much poise. Her leadership is going to be huge with this team as they continue to move forward in the non-conference play. And of course, when they get into the MEAC, trying to thrive for a three-peat once again. It's that type of steady play that this team will need if they're going to get it done once again.
Now on the flip side for Christy Curry in Alabama, what does the notebook say? It looks like you're going to win this one, but it was a hard-fought matchup, and the scoring way down compared to what they'd done to start the year.
Well, for Alabama, you're going to have to figure out how can you play against teams that can slow down the pace and that can play defense. We know how they can get out and score in offensive transition and get up and down. But so many players are good in transition. They're going to have to work on scoring in the half-court set and also scoring as a unit. It's not just about the individual baskets. It's about learning how to set up your teammate, reversing the ball from one side to the other, and getting the grind-out points that you need, because that's what it's going to take if this team is going to take it to the next level to continue to win in the NCAA tournament.
Well, a timeout called quickly by Coach Vickers with 11.1 left. Alabama, 22 in the country, is going to start the year 4-0. Norfolk State, nothing to be upset about after a hard-fought win over Missouri, and now a really valiant effort, especially in the second half here tonight against Alabama.
Yeah, they did everything they had to get back in this game, made it a one-point game, but they created too much of a deficit for themselves in that second quarter. We talked about it. With under 2 minutes to go in the second, not finishing strong. The game was in balance. It could have been a 6 to 8 point game going into halftime. Instead, you give Alabama some easy open shots. It's a 17-point lead going into half. That was where the difference in this game was, and they'll learn from that moving forward.
Well, the Spartans will look to get one last basket before this one wraps up. Here's Wheeler with 7, looking for Johnson. Now with 2 seconds, Richardson, one-handed fling is off, and that'll do it. Alabama got everything they wanted from Norfolk State, but the Tide prevails with a 10-point win to start the year 4-0.
Well, a gritty win, and you learn a lot about your team for both of these teams. If you're Norfolk State, you obviously know that you can go on the road against a top 25 team and go toe-to-toe, but Alabama learned a lot about persevering in tough moments against a team that is a very good team defensively, and these will be 2 NCAA tournament teams. As you can see, the 2 head coach with a lot of appreciation for the jobs that they're both doing.
And a lot of respect, too, between these 2 programs as Alabama gets the win, 68-58. That's it for us from here at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. For our entire amazing crew and my partner, Richard Hendricks, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long as Alabama starts the year 4-0 with a 68-58 win over Norfolk State. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time, everybody. Have a good night.